Folks, Indiana is the national champions in football. 16 and 0, one of the most gut-wrenching games I've ever sat through as a football fan. And what an amazing sequence of events to close the game out. Um, this was one of those games that I think just demonstrates how absolutely amazing Kurt Signetti and his coaching staff are at getting their team prepared to play in these types of games. They didn't play in a lot of games like this year, and we know that. They were significantly better than a lot of their opponents for a lot of this season. And this was a game that worried me a little bit because we knew how talented this Miami team was. But you know what? The little plays that Indiana made, and especially the defense and the special teams to keep things going when the offense was struggling. And I mean, the block punt by Mikhail Kamara, the interception at the end by Sharp. And I keep coming back to that play by Fernando Mendoza. I said on Twitter, it was like, it reminded me of John Elway in the 98 Super Bowl when the Broncos are playing the Packers and Broncos are struggling for yards. And Elway goes and like does that whirly bird dive for a first down, and the Broncos end up scoring on that play. I mean, what grit and determination by Fernando Mendoza. Mendoza got rocked throughout the course of this game. And I mean, we knew that he was a tough SOB, and he showed it in this game tonight. He was all over the place. He made some great throws. Charlie Becker made amazing catches. Roman Hemby made some amazing runs. It was a tough game, though, and Miami deserves all the credit in the world for playing as hard as they did and keeping it as close as they did. But Indiana had just enough in the tank in this one. Um, when I think about the way that Indiana figured out a way to win this, I mean, they didn't have a great second half to start with. I mean, coming out and not converting on that first drive and then Miami scoring, it gave Miami life. And it was just one of those things where the Hoosiers that there was just a will, there was a resolve that has been so hard for us to like find as Indiana football fans. And it's so heartening as a football fan to watch Indiana find the way to make those plays and find a way to pull out a game on the biggest stage. The atmosphere in here was incredible. There were so many IU fans here. It was probably 65-35 or 70-30 Indiana. Um, I'm out of words. It was one of those games where you see the team you root for play. You see the way the crowd contributes. And honestly, there were even times when that didn't really seem to matter. Um, and, Miami made some great plays down the stretch. Um, I keep coming back, though, to all the lessons we've learned about this team over the course of the last couple of years. It's reminded me a lot of the Michigan game last year, which was such a hard fought game, so difficult for Indiana, but they figured out a way at the end. They made big plays and they managed to make the plays at the end that mattered. We're so used to watching this team do what they need to do, and we've seen them be dominant. We saw them be dominant against Oregon. We saw them be dominant against Alabama. But this was a lot like the Ohio State game. More scoring. But it was a lot like the Ohio State game. It's like you got to make the play at the end. And, it's felt like the defining characteristic of IU football for a long time was that the other team made the play. And tonight, Indiana made the plays. And it was a combined effort. Offense had to do it. Defense had to do it. Special teams had to do it. And the scene on the field afterwards was amazing. It was amazing. I can't thank all of you enough for what you've done to follow the podcast. I'm kind of out of words right now, honestly. Um, it's uh, it's emotional. It really is. But for all you folks that have been along for the ride, whether it's been a couple of games or whether it's been decades, I hope that you are savoring this. I am certainly savoring it. I have no idea how to feel right now, but I hope you're savoring this, and I hope that you are taking from this a level of joy and a level of fulfillment that only comes when you are the national champion. And for this team that was put together with what felt like spare parts and discarded parts from different programs to do this, it broke college football. It broke college football. For all the laughing at Indiana football over the years, for all of the disregard that Indiana has gotten as a football program, to be the national champions, to go undefeated, to beat Miami in their home stadium is it's incredible. It's just incredible. Um, this is not the official post game pod, and I got to run because I got to go down to post game press conference. But I wanted to hop on here and just say just I wanted to thank everybody that's watching along and has been following us throughout the course of this season. I hope you folks are just soaking all this in. This doesn't happen very often. I talked about this in the lead up to this game. These championship moments, when they happen, when you have the chance, you got to take advantage of them. And Indiana did. And I will always remember this team, this coaching staff, for what they accomplished this season. It will stand the test of time as the greatest sports story we've ever seen in America. And it will fundamentally change a lot of how we think about college football from this point moving forward. Everybody go celebrate. Everybody go have a great night. We're going to have a lot more to talk about over the next couple of days. Scott's going to weigh in. I can't wait to podcast with him. We're going to hear from all the folks that have helped along the way in making this a special season. But I hope you all are with your families or with your friends or with people that you care about. And I hope that you savor what we just witnessed. I'm going to sign off for now from Hard Rock. And I hope you all have a hell of a night. Never daunted. Indiana wins 27-21. National champions. 16-0. Love you all. Stay never daunted. Good night, everybody.